Good morning, Aston Gardens. Good morning, residents of our community. Mark here with our Tuesday morning updates. A little bit cooler this morning, so you might need to wear a sweater, have a little vest on, but a beautiful morning nonetheless. The sun is out, the sun is shining. Please try to get out, have a walk, take a walk, do some exercise. Always a great way to start your day, or if you're a later riser, please, once you get up and get moving, please try to enjoy the weather. We are going to be in a little bit cooler position apparently for a few days, so please take advantage of that. A few of the things I wanted to touch on this morning, there's a few areas that we want to make reminders. Just a quick reminder that in the resident buildings, there is a cart that is available for residents to use to transport items from their vehicles to the apartments. Please make sure once you've finished using that cart that it finds its way to the ground floor, to the main area, so that other residents who want to use it can retrieve it easily and they're not searching for it throughout the building. So that cart needs to get returned to the main ground floor area. Also, any items that are left in any of the common areas, in the lobbies, in the hallways, in our main building, we will retrieve those items, and unfortunately we are going to be discarding those items, so please pay attention to any of your personal items that you might leave in common areas, that they will get discarded on a regular and on a daily basis. So please don't leave any of your personal items in those common areas. And then the last kind of housekeeping item is we thank you very much because we've noticed an improvement with the styrofoam takeout containers in the buildings being put in the trash and not in the recycling. So thank you for addressing that. We've seen an improvement there. But some of the boxes, the cardboard boxes that you put in for recycling are not being broken down before they get put in the recycling. So if you could make sure that you break down those boxes before you put them in the recycling areas, that would be very much appreciated. So break down boxes before you put them in the recycling areas. Some of the larger areas, one of the ones I want to touch on right away is relative to some of the supply chain issues that we're seeing throughout various areas. We shared with you a while ago that we were going to make some changes to our menu communication and the distribution of menus, which we've done. We moved to a 48-hour window to provide you with the menu items that will be offered. The goal there was relative to some of the supply chain issues that we're encountering. We were needing to make substitutions. If we created a menu and communicated it to you 7 days in advance, because we were not receiving the product, we needed to continually make substitutions. We've been able to mitigate a lot of that. We are still seeing some issues though relative to supply chains with substitutions. So that looks like for the foreseeable future it is going to continue, and I can share some information with you. A few of our suppliers, Kellogg being one of our larger suppliers, has really had some significant issues relative to the pandemic, relative to some of their workers actually striking. And there is a huge lack or undersupply of cereals. So I apologize in advance. Some of the cereals that you might be familiar seeing, we are unable to procure them. So there are going to be some substitutions and some changes that Lee and his team will need to be making relative to cereals. Two large producers, Campbell and Heinz, those two companies everyone knows very well. They've actually made the decision to suspend what they call their commercial distribution division. We as a commercial entity fall into that division. And what it means is that they will be prioritizing their distribution to the general public through the larger retailers. So a Publix, potentially a Walmart, a Winn-Dixie, those type of stores will be receiving those products, Campbell and Heinz, before we will. We will not be necessarily receiving all of those products. So This is more to prepare individuals, understanding that we will need to be nimble and flexible when we're procuring our product. So you may see some changes moving forward relative to that decision that was made by Heinz and by Campbell to their distribution, prioritizing the larger grocery chains over the commercial providers like ourselves. Some of our protein suppliers have a lack of workers due to COVID. Their workers are out. They're actually struggling, very similar to us, trying to find workers. So some of the protein products, the meat products, are tougher to get. So please just be aware that there's going to be substitutions and changes that we're going to have to make, potentially maybe on a day-to-day basis. And then the last area that we're seeing a huge change in is the plastic and paper supplies, which really relates to anything that you can imagine in our culinary department that is plastic and paper. They are undersupplied. For now, we're being creative and we're changing some of the supplies that we use to make sure that we have enough product to distribute food, but we may need to get even more creative in the near future, pending what we receive, what product we receive, and what product we do not receive. So please be aware that the supply chain issues are impacting our community. They will continue for the foreseeable future to impact the community, and we appreciate your understanding as we navigate through those changes. Too many notes this morning. So another area that I'd like to touch on is we are in our second week of the resident engagement survey. We're a little bit behind in our participation. I had shared with you that we were looking for an 80% participation rate in the engagement survey. As of yesterday, we were sitting at approximately half of that, only at 40% participation. So we're really going to try to push hard the last several days, which is this week through Friday, end of day Friday, to get as many residents as possible to participate in the survey. I recognize that this year, it being online only is a little bit more of a significant challenge for certain individuals. So please speak to your neighbor, speak to your family member. If you need some help to navigate through that survey, those are individuals that can absolutely help you with that. What we're going to continue to do is our sessions that we have set up, Brooke has set up in the media center, those will continue to happen. In addition to that, we're actually going to have some of our department directors go door to door today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday to try to get some residents to participate. We'll be showing up with a device, an electronic device, so that they can actually fill out the survey online. But please try to speak to your neighbors, speak to your friends, see if they've filled it out. If they require any additional support, Brooke is your best source of contact, but you can always reach out to myself also, and we will help you navigate through that survey. So once again, we stand at about 40% completion. We're looking to get hopefully to 80% completion by the end of the week. So we've got a good number of people that we need to get to fill out that survey from now through end of day Friday. On the activity front, we continue to organize some activities. We continue to see great participation in our resident population. Just a couple reminders. Tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. there will be the Walker Tune-Up event. You do need to sign up for that. The sign-up sheet is still in the sign-up book. The appointments are approximately 10 minutes. The cost is $5 to have your walker tuned up. So please make an appointment if you're interested, and if you've made an appointment, please make sure to come to your appointment at the allotted time, at the appropriate time. And that individual will be here from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Paint and Sip on the patio at 3 p.m. is ongoing tomorrow. So today or tomorrow? Tomorrow, 3 p.m. on the patio tomorrow. So please If you're interested in that activity, please do so. And then Brooke is organizing and has spoken with the Norris Center for the Valentine's Day concert that will be happening on February 14th at 1 p.m. There is a sign up for it, but there's also a phone number if you're interested in purchasing tickets for that event. You need to contact a phone number to let them know that you're from Aston Gardens. We have reserved a certain number of tickets for that event, and you need to call them to let them know that you would like to purchase one of those tickets that have been set aside for Aston Gardens. The phone number to call is 239-213-3049, 239-213-3049 is the phone number to call. Tell them you're a resident of Aston Gardens and that you would like to purchase one of the tickets that's been set aside for the Norris Center Valentine's Day concert at 1 p.m. on February 14th. Thank you for taking the time and tuning in this morning. We continue to stay focused on the issues and the challenges that are in front of us. Remember that staffing is also an area that we're working very diligently on and trying to make sure that we're recruiting and retaining as many of our good staff as we can. So thank you for your understanding. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing everyone around the community. Have a great day.